Good Friday morning. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your unofficial start of the weekend. And for some of us, spring break. But this is our last day. We are in the third chapter of First John letter. And Timotheus has a good point, and it shows up early in the chapter. So I will let him go first.
Verse 13, brothers and sisters, don't be surprised if the world hates you. So, you're doing something right if, what you're doing kind of contradicts what the world says is, good. Because, I don't know, we're not here to live or act in a way that is, fitting what the world says is, a good life or whatever, because a lot of things the world says it's a way for you to enjoy is sinful or whatever, and it's not gonna be profitable for you. So it's important to make sure you're not trying to fit in or whatever, because you're gonna get so caught up trying to fit in that you forget what you really here for. You here to make a difference or whatever, and you're not being a light if you're just doing whatever so you can be loved by many. So don't be scared to be by yourself sometimes, because a lot of people that's by themselves. So you're never by yourself because you always got God with you. So yeah, don't be afraid of solitude. It's time to think. Give you time to reflect on that.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
And when did you discover that, this is a good thing to do?
My senior year.
So you would just go off and sometimes just, eat lunch or...
Sometimes go to the library by myself.
Library. Oh, okay. That's good. And hopefully that will stay for a long time, that, some people just can't be by themselves. They don't like themselves, and they are afraid of silence. I don't know, but God reveals himself in those quiet moments. So thank you. Also, in this chapter later on, 21 spoke to me. If our heart condemn us not, right? Throughout the day, in these quiet moments, we need to not only whisper a prayer in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, but check our heart, do a heart exam. Lord, examine my heart. Am I clear, or is there something blocking? Am I pleasing you, or something's going on? And if we do not have condemnation in our heart, then we have confidence, right? And we have the stamp of approval of the Lord. We have his smile. That's in verse 21 again. And in verse 22, because we have this confidence, we can go boldly to the throne of grace, right? In our time of need, in our time of pleasure, in our time of solitude, solace. And we can ask him the things that are on our heart. We can pray. And our life should just be a continual prayer anyway. And we can have the confidence that we are keeping his commandments. We do those things that are pleasing in his sight. Then we can boldly ask for things like, Lord, whatsoever ye ask, you said, we receive of you, because we are doing your will. We are pleasing you. In verse 23, this is his commandment, that we should believe in the name of his son, Jesus Christ, and love one another. After we ask, while we're asking, we are horizontally blessing, loving one another, keeping his commandments, and abiding in him. Verse 24, and he that keepeth his commandment dwelleth in him, he in him. And hereby we know that he abideth in us by the Spirit which he hath given us. So, bottom line, we have confidence. We can ask the Lord. So that's what, like I said, this Hollywood scandal, with the 12 people who I think had the plea bargain with, the kids, trying to bribe them. That's because obviously they weren't praying like, Lord, because I obey your commandments, because I live for you, I'm asking you to open up doors so that you could get my children into these, prestigious universities. Oh, but when we put things in our own hands and try to finagle, right? But when we have confidence with God, so let's make sure that our heart is clear all day. Let's make sure that we have that solitude. Let's make sure that we are not defiled and sullied by the world, but we purifieth ourselves. And that's in verse 3. Every man that hath this hope in him or her hath purifieth himself or herself, even as the Lord is pure. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful day serving the Lord and enjoying solitude and a blessed assurance and confidence that he is yours all day. Enjoy.